I'm Levi, a creative, adventure seeker, and explorer by heart. A few years ago, I set out on a mission to find the most unusual, inspired, and unique one-night stays in America. And I'm taking you with me. This is Tiny BNB. Let's go. A 20-foot shipping container home converted into a tiny house. Let's check it out. Today I'll be showing you two tiny homes owned by the same people. They are very, very similar, but very different at the same time. So let's just start with this first one right here. So we are in Waco, Texas. If you don't know where that's at, it's about an hour and a half south of Dallas, and this town is very beautiful. Waco, Texas offers a lot, from the downtown to, of course, the Magnolia Silos and everything and anything in between that. I've enjoyed my stay here so much. This is honestly one of my favorite places I've been to. So once you reach Waco, you'll drive to your home and you'll pull up, and you'll notice that it is a kind of a container home community / tiny home community. There's several on the property, and you reach to whichever one you pick. If you come to this one specifically, you'll pull right up to it and you're greeted to your home. Like I said in the beginning, this is a 20-foot container home, and as you can see on the outside, they've added wood on all the outside, which I think is a very beautiful design feature. Sometimes people add things to containers, sometimes people just leave the containers. I like both of them. I like it whenever they add wood like this to it, as well as just leaving a blank container. So I think this is a really cool design. The front part of this little container home, you have your little deck, and something neat about this container home is that the doors are actually the original doors to the container. They just made them this glass, and they both open. They swing wide open. They're huge. It is really neat because you can open it up and just let there's some air flow in through your home, and it makes it feel a lot larger. And I don't know, I think it just adds a lot to this home compared to a regular door, plus the windows, which is really nice as well to let in some natural light. Right above that, there's an overhanging right here, and it's nice because if it's raining or something, you're not going to get rained on by your container home, and it just makes the outside look a lot more clean and nice. And now we'll just take a swing around off to the side. So as you can see, there's windows on each side, of course, and the wood just continues. And on this right side, you'll go all the way in the back and you reach your spiral staircase, which is really neat, and that leads to the top part, which is your patio, rooftop patio basically. And it is so cool to have this. I think you just climb up this ladder and you're on top of your home. There's guardrails all around it. They have lights that swing all around it. There's a couple chairs up here, and you can just come up here and enjoy your meals, your dinner, or you can come up here at night and just hang out and watch the stars or anything. I love this so much. I like it a lot better compared to a deck that was on the ground. I think this adds to the container homes so much, especially for the price you get for this place and where it's located. If you're building a container home or anything like that, keep this idea in mind because it is super cool. Honestly, one of my favorite features of this place. So after that, you'll just head right back down your staircase, and you just swing right on through the front, and you open up your front door, and you're greeted to your tiny shipping container home. And you can see everything this container home has to offer since it's so small. I believe this is a 20-foot by 8-foot. So I believe that is 160 square feet of living space in this home, which is very, very tiny. Off to the left side, you have a chair and desk area to hang out at, and they offer some chocolates right here. And there's also a couple other nice decor pieces right here, and a desk that has some magazines in it about Waco if you want to check that out. Anyway, on the other side, you have this really cool wooden design capsule for your TV. You just open it up and you have a TV right in there. I like this a lot because you can hide the TV, because TVs are a lot of times ugly. So this is really cool because you can hide it whenever you're not using it, but whenever you open it up, there's a TV. And I might be thinking it's really awkwardly placed. The TV does swing out, which is perfect. You just pull it out and face it towards your bed. Oh, it's so perfect. And the perfect positioning, really nice. So when I'm done with that, just close it up and you move on, and you'll see your full bed right here, which takes up a majority of the space of this home. But it is nice compared to last time, because last time it was a Murphy bed, so it swung in and out of the house. This time you don't have to do that at all, and it's just right here, and you have a decently sized walkway right next to it to continue. Right behind the bed, behind these pillows, you have a little cubby to store anything to charge your phone at throughout the night or anything like that. And then we'll just continue on. You got the windows on each side, which is really nice. You got the wood that is covered on the walls and on the floor, and even on the ceiling they have wood. And I really love how they add these wood beams across the entire ceiling just to add some dimension or depth or texture or whatever to this tiny home. And also these front windows / doors just let in a lot of light, but whenever it comes nighttime and you want to close them up, they do have these curtains, so you can just close all this window up, and of course close the blinds on all the windows inside, so you can be in a blacked out box basically. Really nice. So anyway, let's just continue, and right behind the bed, it is kind of separated by this wall, which is really neat. On top of the wall, they just have some decor stuff. They have your guest book, and the guest book at these homes are probably the best I've seen because they have prompts for you to read, like where did you go, what would you suggest to other people coming, and everybody suggests things, so it's really good way to see what there is to do around Waco or wherever you're at. And then right behind this wall is your kitchen area in quotations. It's not really a full kitchen, they just have some of the kitchen needs. They have a microwave and a coffee maker on the countertop right here. Above that they have some open shelves, and they also have some mugs right here. And then just below that you have your mini fridge and just some other things you might need, like an iron and some fan in this basket. And then along the wall they have cream and sugar, of course, and some knobs to hang some clothes or hangers, which is nice. And that's about it for this area. That's about it for the kitchen. There's no real cabinets or dishes. You couldn't really cook in here or wash any dishes unless you use the bathroom sink, but that is okay because this is a tiny home, and hopefully you're out exploring more than hanging out at this tiny home. So we'll just move on from that. And the last thing of this home is this back space, which they used for the bathroom. Now a sliding barn door covers it, which is nice, and right next to the sliding barn door is the AC and heating unit, which is also really nice. It takes no time to heat or cool this tiny home, so that is included as well. And we'll just continue on through the sliding barn door, and you have your bathroom. This is a full bathroom. It's really spacious actually for a 160 square foot home. The first thing you'll see is the sink and mirror area. There's also a couple containers on this wall to store some things like towels or anything you have. This is a nice size sink. It's not super mini like some tiny homes. And then right next to that you have your toilet, and right above the toilet they have this little basket that has everything you would need in case you forgot all your toiletries. They have it all right here, which is really nice to add in an Airbnb. And then you have your entire walk-in shower, which is really cool. I love the subway tile, of course. I always love subway tile, and it's a pretty spacious shower. It's really nice. Here's a shot of me in it to show how big it is. So that is your entire tiny shipping container home. Now let's go check out our next home. What's up, guys? Welcome to another container home located in Waco, Texas. Today I'll be giving you a tour of this tiny house container. It is 20 foot long by 8 feet. This container home is very cute and aesthetic. They use the space really well, and if you're really into container homes or just figuring out how to use a space really well and efficiently, or if you just like container homes, stay tuned because this tour is going to be awesome. But whenever you pull onto the property, you can tell that there's a lot of other container homes on this property. You can check those out as well. If you're bringing lots of friends, you all can get one, and you can all live together in this area and explore and adventure in these container homes. This one though is the smallest one on the property, so that's pretty cool. I haven't seen too many container homes that are just a 20-foot unit. So I was really interested to see how they used this. So you pull up to the property, you walk along this path, and you can see your beautiful container home. They added wood to the outside of this container, which is a really nice aesthetic, I think. This is the only area I've seen where people add wood to the outside of their container home, which is super cool. And you can kind of see, if you look in between the cracks, the container under it. These two doors that are just massive windows are the original container doors, which are really cool. You can open up both of these actually and just really open up this container, especially when it's warm out. You can open these up, but whenever you're done, you can close these back up, and you can see that there's a little deck on the front, and there's an awning up at the top of the deck that sticks out a little bit, which is really nice. Now, if you do look up at the top, you can see that the entire roof of this container is a deck area, which is super cool. This is one of my favorite parts of the home. I love it whenever they add the deck to the tops of containers or around them. I love it. So you just walk over here to the right side. You got these really cool, unique steps. You walk up, and you get to the deck of your home. home. It is really spacious and aesthetic. I love how they did this. You got the chairs right here, and the flooring is wood that blends in with the rest of the home. You can look over the back of this and just see the nice trees in the open field. So like I said at the beginning of the episode, this tiny home is very, very similar than the last one I just shown, but the inside is a much different layout than the last one. So let's just head out on the inside and check out what this one has to offer. The first thing you walk into is the living area that is also your bedroom area. It's first converted as the living room area, so you got your couch right here, and it's really close to your TV. It's really small, so it's really fitting with the home, and it's behind these doors right here if you want to hide the TV and leave it nice, because sometimes TVs can make places look ugly. And then right under the couch area, you got some storage stuff for whatever you would need. This also converts into your bedroom area. How do you do that? What you do is you take the cushions off of the couch area and you just unbolt the Murphy bed, which is right behind the couch. They have a QR code right here that you can scan that will lead you to a YouTube video on how to do that, which is really cool. It's a nice touch for this Airbnb. So I did that, and you just lower the bed right here. It kind of all folds down, and it actually lands on the area with the baskets I was mentioning earlier, and you got your full bed right here. Very unique, very nice use of space in this home. I thought it was cool. I didn't even notice it at first. I was like, this place doesn't have a bed. And then I looked closer, I was like, it's a Murphy bed, of course. And then as you continue along, you got your kitchen and seating area. We'll start with the kitchen. It takes up this whole side of this container. The windows really flood in some light, which is nice. You got actually a lot of countertop space, about the same as any other container home I've been in, so it's not too bad. Of course, all the drawers underneath with all the utensils that you would need, a nice size sink, and you got two little mini open shelves up here on the back wall for your dishes. You also have a full coffee bar right here and a little mini fridge. And you also have a little stove top if you decide to cook, and you got all the cooking utensils as well. And then right behind that is your seating area. It is a bar style facing these windows, which is nice. It is all set up for your dinner or lunch or whatever. And there's 2 seats at the moment for the 2 of you, because that's probably all you're gonna fit in this area. And this area is just decorated nicely. It takes up this whole wall. I like it. Now what really helps this area, I think, is the walls. They have these white wood walls, and that makes it feel really open and bright, which is what you need in a tiny area. You don't want dark and closed, claustrophobic. And also with the roof, they have these wooden beams that really add depth to this home, so it just doesn't feel like you're in a box. It is nice. And then the last part of the home is the whole back section right here. You got the sliding barn door, so you don't waste any space trying to open and close a door. You can just slide it open, and you got your full bathroom now. This bathroom's not tiny at all. It's not like a camper bathroom or something like that. On the left side, you got your full shower. I mean, you could fit 2 people in here if you had to. I'm just saying that for a reference of how big it is. It's really nice with this tiling and the black accents. Super cool. And on the right side, of course, you got your sink and toilet. So that is your entire tiny shipping container home. So those are the Tiny BNBs. After staying in them, my love for tiny homes has grown even more, and I hope after watching this, it does the same for you.